Hey guys, slight change from the norm here. I'm in the kitchen because looking after the kids. Hello. Sharing their breakfast. Right, I've got grain to glass video, but I've already brewed the beer, but I realised I never actually went through the recipe with you. So, the wonders of time travel. Ooh, I've gone back to the future to go through the recipe first of all before I show you some brew footage. Not that there's a lot of brew footage because I had a couple of files corrupt and then I just didn't record some other stuff. So there's not a huge amount of brew footage, but there's a little bit. And then obviously there's taste test at the end, which is what we all really want to know about. Okay, so this one is Lannister Gold. Shout out to the Game of Thrones fans. Shame about the end of season 8, but let's not go there. So, grain bill. 4.7 kilograms of Maris Otter, 900 grams of Pilsner malt, 500 grams of Cara malt. This is an English ale, golden ale style recipe. This is one of the ones for my beer festival, trying to make it a fairly sessionable, bog standard English golden ale, really. Nothing spectacular, nothing massively hoppy or crafty, just the middle of the road sort of thing that people will quite happily quaff away. Right, so then pops wise, we've got 22 grams of Challenger at 60 minutes and 15 grams of East Kent Goldings at 60 minutes, and then just some flame out additions of Challenger in East Kent Goldings, 15 Challenger, 10 EKG at flame out. This is going to be a no chill beer as well. For yeast, I'm using Nottingham. Not actually used that before. I've used the Wilco Gervin, which apparently is the same thing. So I'm interested to see how that goes out. That's it, no funny, no fancy or funny additions, just malt hops, yeast, water. I'm using RO water as well and adding in, what do you call it? So it's really late and I'm really tired and I'm not really that, oh wait, it's not late. It's actually fairly early and I'm a bit tired and can't be asked. So, this is my first brew using, again, this is the first golden ale I've done when using RO water. For those who don't know what RO water is, it's basically strips out, you filter it through, you strip out all the nutrients, and then you add back stuff like minerals, so like gypsum, Epsom salts, calcium chloride, etc. The water where I live is incredibly hard. It's great for stouts. Anything else, you struggle. Golden ales, lagers I've done before, they're not that crisp. They taste quite, it's a load of crap in the water. So I'm really looking forward to this because this beer style is going to suit having RO water in particular. So very excited. So target ABV then is 4.5. That's it really. So let's do the wonders of magic. I will show you the brew day. Woo! Right, so we got the next brew on the go. I've just mashed in. It's going for a temperature of 66, 66.4. Fabulous. So that brew father mash calculator seems to be slightly better than the brewer's friend one, or I was just lucky, either or. So it's covered up. I'm not doing an overnight mash. It's morning, but I'm not going to brew till this afternoon, so we'll probably be undercover for 3-4 hours, which will be fine. The grain's quite old. This is the last of my old grain, so I tend to get a lower efficiency, but I want it fairly low ABV anyway, so I planned for 4.7 in the hopes I'll probably get about 4.2. So sounds a bit daft, but you know, when you know you've got old malt and it's going to produce less efficiency, you need to plan accordingly. Okay, so we'll be back once. Just going to get the sparge water ready to go, and then we'll be back when it's time to sparge. So the mash is complete. It's been on for about 4 hours. During that time it's only lost about 4 degrees in heat, which I thought was pretty impressive. So we're draining this off into the boiler, which I will then move outside. I'm currently collecting more RO water for my next brew, which I'm hoping to do on Monday. Maybe tomorrow. Not sure yet. So I'll be back once we've finished sparging. So the mash is done. Wort is getting out to temperature. OG was 1.061 with temperature correction, which is higher than I thought. Which is weird considering this is really old grain. So this we'll see what happens in the boil, but I could be in for a 5% when I wanted a 4 odd, but not to worry. We'll see what happens. Boiler's complete. The flame out hops are in there. Is it 15 EKG, 10 Challenger, or the other way round? So that's going through. Taking my gravity sample, which I will look at shortly. Another pretty uneventful brew day. Done most of my clearing up, so just got to scrub the scrub the boiler, and then we'll pitch the yeast tomorrow. Yeah. Peace out. And we're in the cube. That's a wrap. Really looking forward to seeing how this one turns out. First pale, well, golden ale I've used that since I've used my RO filter, so high expectations, but we'll see what happens. And we're back. Welcome back, everyone. So, how did it turn out? I didn't take a lot of readings or anything, and I had a few issues. So this is one of the first brews I did with Brewfather. And in hindsight, I now realise that I did not calculate my boil off correctly for my boiler. I went for the default, and evidently the default for Brewer's Friend and Brewfather were different. So long story short, I got a lot less beer at a lot higher ABV. I think I ended up with about 17 litres at 6.3%, which was mental. So what I did is I took some of it away, and I what did I do? That's it, yeah. So I split the batch. I put some in a keg, added some water to that, and I just drank that as for me. That didn't last very long. Pretty good. And the rest I put into a bottling bucket and then liquored it back to 25 litres. And it ended up, long story short, getting down 4.5%. Issue with that is obviously the hops profile is going to be massively affected because I used the same amount of hops and then had to, so I don't know. I think the efficiency with the grain was also better than I planned to, because it was some old grain in there, and I thought that was going to affect my efficiency probably more than it actually did in hindsight. So that's it. So yeah, in the end it turned out 4.5%, and it's probably not going to be as hoppy as it would have been, not that it was going to be that hoppy anyway, because I had to add extra water to dilute it to get the ABV down. I'm sure it'll still be drinkable, but it's time to find out. Let me just go grab it. Okay, right, here she is in all her glory. So let's go for the pour first of all. Not sure why I've used this glass, but hey ho. Carbonation looks pretty good. Actually it looks a little bit flat. Oh, actually no, that's alright. Not much head, but that's okay. Nice colour on it. Doesn't come out quite as well on camera, but really lovely golden colour to it. Oh yeah. Got a bit of a block nose. Hop aroma is nothing to write home about at all, which I thought it would be. It smells very much like a kind of tribute, proper job kind of thing. Pretty clear, obviously got the chill haze. It's been in the fridge for a while, but pretty damn clear actually, look at that. Woohoo. It's been sat in the bottle for about 3 months now as well. So 3 months, maybe not that long. 2 months, I think. So it's nicely conditioned. But more importantly, let's go for the taste test. Cheers. Okay. It's not going to win any awards. It's quite bland. But my tastes have changed, that's the other thing. I'm used to a lot of hoppier beers now, I guess. So something like this is not really what I would choose to brew, to drink myself. So that's something I need to bear in mind as well. But it's alright, it's a lot crisper. You can tell the difference with that water. It's a lot more crisp. Considering the little hops I've got in there, there's still a fair amount of hop flavour, because there's not all that other crap in there that you don't want normally from hard water. Is it drinkable? Yes. Is it sessionable? Absolutely. It's 4.5%. You can knock that back all evening and you'd be quite happy. After the first 3 or 4 pints, you kind of lose your palate, gets frigged anyway, and away you go. So it's like a 2.5, 3 star out of 5 beer. Similar sort of fodder you would get in the supermarket, really. You know, the 4 for £6 Tesco brown bottles. That's alright. Does the job. It's never going to be the best beer in the world because of the recipe. But I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to drink the rest of this quite happily. I would say maybe drink it a bit warmer. But it's probably going to be summer. It's going to be summer during the festival, so people just want to have cold beer anyway because it's very cold. This beer is. No, I'm happy with that. It's what I want it to be, and that's the main thing. It's not the best beer I've ever brewed by any means, and it's not. I will brew it again, but I will get the fucking boil off right for a start and actually get the right amount of beer, not have to liquor it back. I would add a bit more hops. But yeah, it's alright. So, I'm calling that a success, despite all the dramas I had on the brew day. And a definite crispness is there from that water, which is also really good. So, cheers everyone, and see you in the next one. Bye!